Oh, no. Huh. Total letdown. Total letdown.
Whoa. Looks like the battle here was intense.
The Master Diviner must have launched the campaign while we were delayed in the Artisanship Commission.
She must have divined it was the right time.
Time is of the essence. The most important task for the Xianzhou Luofu is suppressing the Stellaron. General Jing Yuan tasked the Master Diviner with commanding the Cloud Knights. He would have known she'd act on the results of her divination.
Thank goodness the general didn't make us go with the knights. Fighting is totally different from adventuring. All these people, it's tough to bear.
Yeah.
I'm afraid this is nothing, Benefactor. Centuries ago, an Emanator of Abundance besieged the Luofu with the aim of taking the Ambrosial Arbor. They destroyed half our delves and killed most of the Cloud Knights. For long-life species, such events are more like yesterday's memories than ancient history. This awful spectacle is child's play in comparison.
Hey, is that supposed to make us feel better?
It's hard to tell if the Master Diviner won or lost here.
I think she won. Total victory. Seems to me her troops were wiped out. Let's play it safe and say it was a draw.
A draw? This isn't a tournament, you know. I can't see many Cloud Knights. The Xianzhou must have fought well.
Not necessarily. There'd usually be a base with supporting forces set up after a successful engagement, but we don't see any of that. Let's look around and see if we can find some clues.
Okay. Sure thing.
Be careful. Look, there's someone over there. Here! There are still survivors here.
Angry. Bro, why are you
You're not the
growling?
knights. What is your purpose here?
Well,
It's
are you-
dangerous.
We're reinforcements sent by the General. Where's everyone else?
Resorting to short-lived species as reinforcements. Jing Yuan is truly running out of options.
Run! She's a disciple of Sanctus Medicus!
Silence. If my healing worked, you'll become one of us.
Whoa.
And then it's not just me they'll be running from.
Whoa. Chill out. Oh no! These people. Oh, finally.
Hold on. We'll find someone to help.
Don't waste your time. They've converted me. I don't have much longer. Go! The Master Diviner's troops are ahead.
Let's go.
Bro, how did I feel that other one so bad?
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus were in hiding for so long. Now they finally show their face. Did the Master Diviner fail to foresee this? Be careful, benefactors. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus worship Yaoshut, the Plague's author, the greatest enemy of the Xianzhou. The Alliance has been trying to root out their secret organization for millennia. It's no coincidence that they've chosen this moment to reveal themselves.
Who goes there? Show yourselves! Wait, it's you. Quickly, in here. It's dangerous outside.
You recognize us?
Are you not the General's guests? The Master Diviner prophesied your arrival. We were ordered to wait for you under any circumstances.
What the heck? Okay. Fushan was here.
Yes, the Master Diviner ordered us to remain stationed here and went to scout ahead. They're saying the disciples of Sanctus Medicus have returned. They haven't been seen for an age. The troops are anxious. It's good that you're here. The Master Diviner said the Knights weren't to move out until you arrived.
Wow.
Please wait in the camp. We'll decide on our next steps once the Master Diviner returns.
That's crazy, mate.
That the Cloud Knights received orders not to advance is a bad sign. The Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. I've heard the name before. If memory serves, they're an underground sect of the Abundance that's said to have lain dormant within the Xianzhou, plotting to overthrow the Alliance. The Stellaron has certainly caused Abundance-like abnormalities. Is that what motivated the Disciples to come out of the shadows? No. The Knight's main force remains intact. Something must have happened. Something we're not aware of. The Master Diviner isn't here. Let's head into camp and see what we can learn from the troops here.
Good idea. Why don't you take a look around, benefactors? My feet need a rest.
Bro, okay. Okay, bum. La, 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 la. Oh no! Let's avoid that darn thing. Oh, okay. Well, why would there be a monster? What am I saying? Hello.
Forgive me for being brief. Warfare is a dangerous business. There's no time for idle chat.
How's the situation?
We took over this place a few hours ago under the Master Diviner's command. It was only afterwards that we learned our enemies were none other than the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, those who worship the plague's author. Everything was going as planned. The sorcerers of the disciples and the fantastic creatures they commanded were no match for us. Then, after a while, our comrades suddenly started to slaughter one another.
They became more struck.
Curse it. What Sanctus Medicus sorcery did they use on us? The greatest fear of the Xianzhou people is succumbing to our Mara-struck form around others. To do so means that we have given up on being human, lost to the abomination sleeping in our immortal blood, and violated the Rainbow's admonishments. What the disciples of Sanctus Medicus did are despicable acts that every Alliance resident detests. I swear to the Arbiter that I will avenge my comrades.
Okay, man.
You want to ask questions? Fine. But I must be present the whole way through. This part needs to be recorded as testimony.
Okay.
Finally, someone to talk to. These Cloud Knights are so serious, so boring. That shining seed? I've seen it. So beautiful. If you gaze into it, there's a voice inside that speaks to you.
Do you still remember Cocolia?
The Master said we could inject new life into the ambrosial arbor with it. I didn't believe it at first. We tried many methods, spending multiple lifetimes of short-life species. Yet the arbor showed no signs of resurrection.
Okay, man.
But look upon it now. Only the power of an eon can recreate the miracle. Yes, yes, the mighty Sanctus Medicus, the abundance.
Good stuff. About the ambrosial arbor.
So, you witnessed it too? The ambrosial arbor's resurrection. Magnificent. In the Befall era, so far in the past that even long-life species cannot recall, Sanctus Medicus the Abundance gifted the ambrosial arbor to the Xianzhou Luofu. With that sacred tree, humanity realized many miracles. The fallow earth, the western soapberry, the altered flesh.
Okay.
But that devilish archer ruined everything. They twisted right and wrong and erased Sanctus Medicus's achievements. But soon we will return to the glory of the Befall era.
Great.
You've seen the fantastic creatures that fought with us. They are only minor gifts of the Ambrosial Arbor.
Oh.
Shut it, rambling rodent. The Cloud Knights will root all of you out soon.
Actually rodent. What did these Cloud Knights? What did you do to these Cloud Knights?
What did we do? We cured our kin. It must hurt to be trapped in such weak flesh and blood.
You scum! If the Order allowed, I would cut you down now.
Oh, you don't understand. A short-life species couldn't understand. Mara struck? Bah! It's a second life gifted by Sanctus Medicus. To eliminate the self, to achieve transcendence, a life of true freedom.
No, you're
I see a desire for power in your eyes. This life is too short for you, isn't it?
No, you're just delusional.
I can help you.
No, you're delusional.
Don't listen. His words are poison.
We're just having fun, sir. Without the blessing of the abundance, you short-life species would never be able to endure the transformation.
I don't have any more questions.
Master Diviner, you're back.
I have kept you waiting, but the deceit of the disciples is laid bare to me now.
You kept us waiting, all right. Why didn't you tell us about the disciples of Sanctus Medicus earlier?
Apologies. To avoid dissemination of intelligence, the General and I kept the involvement of the disciples to ourselves. It is a clandestine organization that seeks to overthrow the Alliance. Before the Stellaron disaster, the disciples had remained veiled in shadow for years. Their emergence reflects their intricate connection to this calamity.
The conflict is difficult, Master Diviner, but you have led your forces from the front lines and beyond in pursuit of the enemy. Admirable work.
Hardly. A diviner must acquire first-hand knowledge in order to calculate the future. Collecting intelligence in this way assists me in achieving the right answer. Wait, what's all this about a difficult conflict? The disciples of Sanctus Medicus have been scheming for a long time, but our army is in no way inferior. How can things be so difficult?
How can things be so difficult? Is this a Sigu Siege? I'm sorry. How do you pronounce that word? Sug? Sieg? Is it Sieg? I don't know. Into us joining the fray? Just ask for help already.
Sharp as always. I knew we'd spent too long around the Master Diviner. Now we're predicting the future. Let me guess. What are we up to this time? Could it be heading to the front lines? Leading the Cloud Knight charge? Well, try this on for size. Nope! I can't stand any more of this fighting. So there. Who said you'd be heading to the battlefield?
Yeah.
We're not? Jing Yuan's orders. He said that the value of unexpected guests lies in the unexpected. The Cloud Knight's assault was to demonstrate our power to the enemy head-on. Now it is time for the unexpected.
Oh.
Please, come with me.
I really want to press it right now.
After receiving the Ambrosial Arbor, the Alchemy Commission was once the Luofu's most vital commission. After all, it was they who changed the Xianzhou natives into long-life species. But in the end, the alchemists grew discontented and began to obsess over the manipulation of life. Research into the Arbor poisoned their minds. The more they pursued it,
Morning bells chime in a dream. Evening mist gathers around me. Do you see that?
Yeah.
What huge elixir crucibles. There's still smoke coming out of them.
Would be.
This is where the alchemists practiced the way of immortality in ancient times. They erected elixir crucibles here to absorb the power of the arbor, turning fantasy into reality. Since the smoke from the crucibles never ceases, this place was named Eve Mist Mansion. An elegant name, but as far as the art of war is concerned, it's a death trap. As long as the crucibles are lit and the smoke continues to linger, we cannot get any closer.
Oh no.
This is why the Cloud Knights lost control and became Mara-struck?
Indeed. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus infuse the smoke that permeates this delve with medicinal pellets that elicit Mara. Unless the Cloud Knights were able to march with their breath held, they would be doomed to fall into disarray. Moreover, no one can know whether their comrade was about to be stricken with Mara. Is there anything better than fear for destroying the morale of an army?
The Cloud Knights' first assault was just a cover. You're using the main army to attract the enemy's attention, while we douse the elixir crucibles and stop the smoke.
Yeah.
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus renounced their century of secrecy and chose to reveal themselves, meaning they feel confident of victory. But no matter how well prepared they may be, their focus has always been the Cloud Knights. They are completely unaware of your existence and capacity, and in short, cannot be prepared against you.
Oh, that's no good. This smoke that affect us? Why not get the...
Indeed, this demonic vapor is a weapon targeted against the Cloud Knights. The ambrosial arbor is taboo for the Luofu, and the Xianzhou alliance has always been fiercely independent. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus could never have guessed that the general would seek outside help. They won't be prepared against short-life species.
Is this what General Jing Yuan meant by unexpected guests?
I wouldn't hazard a guess. All I can say is that the predictions of the Stellaron hunters were more accurate than mine. The future that Kafka seeks is becoming reality, one step at a time.
I don't want to act according to their predictions. This is the only way.
I do not wish to be their puppet either. In any case, we do not walk alone and unhindered on our paths. Our choices define us and influence others. The duty of the Master Diviner is to bring luck and avoid misfortune. I don't want my choice to plunge the Luofu into a terrible future. To return to the matter at hand, only you can douse the elixir crucibles without being harmed by them. What say you?
Fine. I didn't hear a please, but seeing as we do kinda have superpowers around here, Mr. Yang, what do you think?
Sorry, I'm going to get something. Ugh.
I will come at once when the smoke dissipates. You won't be left to fend for yourselves.
Oh. Yo! Turn 3 small... Oh. What a pain.
Huh. I feel like even though long-life species get to live forever, they aren't so different from us short-life species when it comes to worries and suffering.
Dude, how do you know you're in the
Oh, wait, Miss Ting-Yun! Why are you still here? You're too close to the crucible!
Thank you for the concern, but I'm fine. The General commanded me to stay with you. I dare not go against military orders.
Your life is more important, Miss Tingyun. Go back. We can explain to the General.
There's really no need.
Turn it off!
There it is. What was that?
Seems like the smoke is getting thinner.
Not thin enough. We need to hurry. There it is, for the divine.
Yay, we did it!
Yeah, we did it.
So, you succeeded in dousing the elixir cauldrons. Unimportant. The inevitable is already upon us.
Bro, where's your shoes? I can see your grippers.
Don Shu,
See your toe muncher.
it's you.
I have met you before in my capacity as Chief Alchemist, Master Diviner. You don't seem surprised.
Indeed. The General and I knew that the disciples of Sanctus Medicus must be hiding in the Alchemy Commission. However, without evidence, we couldn't bring charges before the commissions. We had to wait for you to show yourselves.
Bro, I can see your dogs.
And now, your charges are many. Drawing Stellaron spirits into the Xianzhou, resurrecting the Ambrosial Arbor, striking down our people with Mara. The Ten Lords Commission will address these transgressions during your reckoning.
Crimes? If I am guilty, then all of our Xianzhou ancestors are also guilty. They were the ones who accepted the blessings of the abundance and turned their descendants into long-life species. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus are only walking on the road our ancestors once took. How is it a crime to seek ascendance? In days of old, the roots of the Ambrosial Arbor enveloped the Xianzhou Lafu like a living creature. We controlled the stellar seas, and none could stand in our way. Everyone could become celestial and shift form at will. Divine miracles descended onto all 9 Xianzhou ships. What a glorious time that was. How far the Xianzhou has fallen. We consent to be commanded by the devilish archer. Suffer continuously at the hands of the denizens of abundance. How pitiful. I do not blame you for your ignorance. We were not born in the era when the Ambrosial Arbor first descended, nor did we witness its miracles. But now, we now have an opportunity to restore the ancient laws.
Forgive me for thinking you might have harbored some profound enlightenment. Yours is the same old talk of those who seek power and give up on their humanity. Our Xianzhou ancestors fought side by side with the Arbiter, laid waste to the Arbor, and established the Ten Lords Commission to lay down the lines between life and death. In doing so, we enshrined our future as human beings. Celestials? There are no Celestials on the Xianzhou. The divine miracles of the abundance, the manipulation of life and death. Your deeds are nothing but evil.
I have nothing to say to you, Master Diviner. You have already made your decision. You have discarded power. A most foolish choice. Master Diviner, allow me to show you what the Celestials were capable of. The one who gave us the Stellaron said that... Vantilia, the disciples of Sanctus Medicus have fulfilled our promise. You, Lord Ravager, must do the same. Now, quickly.
Little pawn. Must you force me to intervene directly? I'm loath to flout my philosophy of destruction. Never mind. It would seem the time has come for other means of dismantling the Xianzhou from within. What a shame. It would have been nice to observe for a little longer. You received the gift of abundance.
Surely you can withstand the blessing of destruction. Benefactors, allow me to reintroduce myself. I am Lord Ravager Fantalia.
Okay, good. They restored my health.
I have come with a single purpose. To set in motion the self-destruction of the Xianzhou.
This ends here.
Wait, hold on a second. Are you really saying that Miss Ting-Yun was a member of the Antimatter Legion all along?
But what?
And what was that fire that came out of her? And her body? Where did it go? Mr. Yang, you're smart. What happened just now?
The flame we witnessed claimed to be Lord Ravager Fantilia, a name I've heard other Nameless speak of in the past. She's one of 7 Lord Ravagers who serve Nanook, and finds pleasure in witnessing the self-destruction of mortals. She's led countless souls down a dark and hopeless path.
Meaning that Ting-Yun had long since fallen under the Lord Ravager's influence?
I don't believe so. Fantilia revels in watching a corrupted mind eating away its host from inside out, until the obliteration of both is achieved. But there was no indication that Ting-Yun had been misguided or manipulated. It's possible that the Ting-Yun we knew wasn't her true self, but an image Fantilia devised to serve her own purposes.
This whole time? This is to say. That is
You're saying that the real Ting-Yun is still...
I'm sorry, March. I can't say with any certainty where the real Ting-Yun may be, or at what point she was replaced by the imposter. Without knowing where the body vanished to, it'll be tough to get an answer. At this point, it's all just conjecture and hope. But if that body belonged to the real Ting-Yun, it does raise the question of why Fantilia would go to such lengths to destroy any evidence of her. Wouldn't it be more in line with her destructive nature to leave Ting-Yun's remains behind as a display of power? I believe this to be Fantilia's goal: to sow seeds of doubt among us and ensnare us in a malevolent trap.
It's clear that the sudden resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus is all connected to the Lord Ravager. Pretending to be a Xianzhou citizen? Planting a Stellaron in the Luofu? All part of her plan to bring about our self-destruction. Fantilia is aiming for the Ambrosial Arbor. If she succeeds, the Luofu will be deprived of its roots, making its destruction all too easy. We must stop her. We need to take a star skiff to Scale Gorge Waterscape. The Ambrosial Arbor can be sealed from that delve. Let's make haste.
Yes, let's make haste.
That imposter had the audacity to carry out her nefarious plans right under our noses. How utterly despicable. What worries me more is just how many more antimatter saboteurs are at large. I've reported the current situation to the seat of Divine Foresight. He made no further contact after the situation stands on the...
It all happened so suddenly.
Since she was an Amakaster dispatched by the Skyfaring Commission, it's... As for the Ting Yun who accompanied us all that way, it's like what Mr. Yang said. Her appearance was designed to sow seeds of doubt among us. It is a delve governed by the vid. After the Ambrosial Arbor was broken in two during the war, the Alliance decided it has been so long.
Let's go. Let's go, baby. Yeah, a little while ago. Oh, yay, Danhong's point of view.
This is...
The delve bordering. Do I really have to say from the Alchemy Commission?
Huh? You're pretty familiar with this place. Yep, it's the Alchemy Commission. No wonder we were getting those military broadcasts on the way over. Something about the Cloud Knights gathering here, right? They're probably coming to fix the Stellaron problem. It's been such a long journey, but now we're finally gonna meet some Cloud Knights. I'll be back with my unit. I didn't lie to you, right? I told you I'd bring you somewhere safe, and I did. Though, we did take a bit of a detour.
Before I arrived in Starskiff Haven, I had a diviner read my fortune for the journey ahead. He told me not to be concerned with the destination.
Meaning?
Meaning, thank you, Miss Sushang.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go report to the nearest captain. You guys can hang around here, but don't run off too far. There'll be Cloud Knights coming to escort you back soon. Bye for now.
Oh, I get to talk to myself. Stop. The Cloud Knights invited us to go with them. Homeland's got some really big parcels. Cloud Knights. Why message failed to send?
The messages never get sent. I wonder what's happening with those three. The Cloud Knights seem to be gathering for the Stellaron disaster. But why did Kafka want us to come here? What happened to them? And what happened to Blade? I've delayed for too long. I need more information.
Optional, talk to people on the marketing.
I heard that Starskiff connections are being reinstated.
What's up? Don't worry, once the fight...
Thanks to those heroes, I managed to pull through.
The Master must have failed. Just you wait.
I am doing the optional. Is this not working?
Those travelers defeated the disciples of...
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus started a... We will send someone to escort you back. Lunatics, all of them.
The Arbor's resurrection is connected to the... How did the others get drawn into all this?
You must be talking about the General's guests. Are they your friends? Oh, what a coincidence. They left with the Master Diviner not long ago. I received the good news from the front lines. They'll probably be back soon. Strange. You seem oddly familiar to me. Never mind. Too many misfortunes recently. I can hardly think straight.
Familiar. I did the optional. Is the optional done? Bro?
Good news from the front lines.
Okay. I guess that's all, huh? I can't find anyone else.
I'm sorry, I have to catch up to my friends. Thank you for looking out for me on this journey. Both of you.
I
What a huge cauldron.
This aureate cauldron is driven by the cloud hymn magic of our people, the Vidyadhara. It drinks the water of the ink.
Girl has special powers. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I love it.
All the elixir crucibles that the Vidyadhara helped to construct contain cloud hymn magic. You should take this chance to learn more, young master.
Uh-huh. But I don't need any sort of device to help me command water. What more is there to learn?
You are indeed the chosen one, with endless potential. Yet, cloud hymn magic is just the beginning.
Of Vidyadhara Mirajago? Have these shadows of the past yet to disperse? These memories... No. They have nothing to do with me anymore.
Surging power. It's you. You've returned, High Elder. Something terrible is happening in Scale Gorge Waterscape. Please, don't go any further. Your enemies are waiting for you.
I'm sorry. I cannot linger here. My friends have left. I must find them.
You didn't heed us then, and won't heed us now. As headstrong as you always were, it seems you already made your decision. There is a vessel bound for Scale Gorge Waterscape, located ahead.
I like learning about the past. I don't know. It's like, I need to learn more about him. Got that. I mean, he's got wind skill. but-
He's here.
Oh no. Waiting.
Right on time.
They've been waiting for.
That feeling, Kafka. It's welling up within me. That feeling. It's...
Well, don't resist. Let the Mara strike you.
You're here. It's time to pay the price! It's time! You think changing form will help you escape? Escape.
I've told you and that woman many times. I am Dan Heng. I have nothing to do with your past.
Dan Heng. You think another name and face can blot out the sin of your past? You didn't even experience death. I will force this suffering upon you, Dan Heng.
Shut up, boy.
You will know the pain of death.
Not on my watch.
Oh, hey.
You're not murdering anyone today, fugitive. You're coming with me.
Jing Yuan's lapdog. Did the general not teach you to choose your battles wisely?
Hey, move back. Things are about to... Huh? You look so familiar.
Look out!
Quit hiding. Your true self revealed.
Stop! You...
I have news for you, boy. Behind you is none other than the traitor of the Xianzhou. A criminal forever banished. The High Elder of the Vidyadhara. Imbibitor Lunae. You really thought the Stellaron hunters were the only ones to infiltrate the Xianzhou?
In that case, I'll bring both of you to justice! I've heard of you, Imbibitor Lunae. First it was the Stellaron hunters, now an exiled criminal has infiltrated the Xianzhou. Come get me!
I have no interest in stoking conflict. I came to ensure the safety of my friends.
Save your excuses for the shackling prison!
Out of the way! Do not be afraid.
Better, but I'm afraid you won't be seeing your friends. They're caught in their own bitter struggle.
Silence! You're not getting away either!
Is that so? Let's heat things up then. Kafka?
Lady, listen to me. Unleash the Mara.
So it begins.
Why are we fighting? That's probably a win anyway.
Oh, Grace.
Surrender!
Fail to send you.
The strength I wished not to use.
What's wrong? Afraid to hurt the boy?
Punish evil!
I wonder if the others are okay. Gotta make this quick.
Fail to send you.
You two just won't give up. I only have one choice.
So familiar. Did she teach you? Then you deserve no mercy.
Can't delay any longer. I didn't wish to harm anyone. But there's no other way. Forgive me.
This isn't over.
All of you listen to me. Stop.
Okay, Kafka, anything for you.
Well, Blady, are you satisfied?
Why do you look like that? You good?
What did you do?
I'm just clearing the stage for the grand entrance. Can't have you three misbehaving in front of the Lafu's hotshot general.
No, he's here.
Jing Yuan.
General!
Many years have passed since the two of you departed the Xianzhou. And yet the circumstances of your return appear to be equally unhappy. If you still thought of me as a friend, you should have forewarned me.
My task is complete.
That it is. Thank you for assisting the Xianzhou in this small matter. Take this person away. I will pretend I didn't see anything this time.
General,
Now is not the time.
Whoa.
It has been a long time, old friend.
I'm not him.
I'm sorry. You cannot leave yet. Your Astral Express friends are waiting for you in Scale Gorge Waterscape. Shall we go and see them together? Lunarescent Depths, a realm of singular beauty. Scale Gorge Waterscape is the same as when I last laid eyes on it. And here we stand so different from one another. The flesh of long-life species may be immortal, but the constant of heaven and earth eludes them.
You know the Vidyadhara hatching rebirth cycle, General. The waters of the ancient sea have cleansed Dan Feng of his past sin. The person that once stood here alongside you is no more. I am Dan Heng. Whether Dan Feng was hero or villain has nothing to do with
all you
me.
changed your name to?
I bore his punishment, accepted my eternal banishment without complaint. But do not let his shadow cloud your estimation of me, General.
Raising old nets only darkens the water. An exercise in unhappiness. Perhaps it is your visage, the horns on your head, or the unmistakable air of the High Elder that makes the separation nigh impossible for me.
I already told you,
You did. But to what effect? If words alone were enough to change the heart, this world would be without quarrel. If you wish to rid me of the illusion of Dan Feng, you must do something for me. Before I can let Dan Feng die and revoke your banishment edict, I need him to do me one final favor. I can guarantee you that when it is done, you will no longer walk in anyone's shadow aboard the Luofu.
I may not be capable of the things that Dan Feng was capable of.
You must do it, or my promise will count for naught. If you wish to blame someone, blame your previous incarnation. Had he not committed that terrible sin, had the power of dragon transmutation been passed on intact, I would have no need to compel you. It is as I said. Here we stand so different from one another. Dan Feng is no more. Now, there is only Dan Heng. But I am the general of the Luofu. There are things that I wish I did not have to do, and yet I must. Let us talk of happier tidings. The friends you made on the Express are here. Do you wish to see them?
You brought them here?
Yes. They are waiting in the Dragon Vista Rain Hall. Go. Your friends are waiting for you. I have been keeping careful watch against the abominations of abundance, the Stellaron hunters, and the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. The hunt is far from over. Our intelligence, Lord Ravager of do you know something? The Vidyadhara were... Look, your friends are taking the fight to the Legion as we speak.
We need to help them. Let's go!
Do I get Yes!
I wish not to use the strength.
This is our chance.
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless!
Oh, man. What the...
I sense a storm.
This is our chance.
There's no time to lose. Here, the thunder!
Told you I could fight.
Time. Show no mercy.
The strength.
Let's go.
Conflict is pitiless.
Rules are made to be broken.
Heaven surge. Rise!
A foregone conclusion. Show no mercy.
You're annoying!
Heaven surge. Break!
Let's make it quick.
Here, this thunder!
Gotta try hard sometime. Watch this awesome move!
I sense a storm. Heaven surge. Rise!
Jingyuan, where have you been?
Forgive my late arrival, Lady Fu. We are indebted to you and your forces. The Seat of Divine Foresight relayed the battle reports to me. As for Fantilia's plan...
The Ambrosial Arbor. That's her focus. Lord Ravager Fantilia's strategy was to create civil strife, then let it consume the Xianzhou from within. She wanted to use the Arbor to disseminate the power of the Plague's author, and turn the Luofu into a hell of undying abominations.
That is clear to me now. Friends of the Astral Express, I have brought someone with me whom I think you'll be eager to see.
Huh? Is that... Dan Heng? You are Dan Heng, right? What's with the horns?
It's a long story, March. It's me.
So, you do have secret strength.
Let us save such reminiscence for later, shall we? My astral guests, when you first appeared on the Luofu, your stated aim was the resolution of the Stellaron crisis. I was concerned that the Stellaron hunters harbored ulterior motives and refused your offer. I see now that I was overly anxious. Nevertheless, it is true that the motives of the Stellaron hunters were not what they appeared. In order that the Express and the Xianzhou fight side by side, Kafka lured you here and broadened the scope of the crisis. In doing so, she succeeded in making it clear that your sincerity is beyond doubt. The Luofu is in your debt, and I have no right to seek further assistance from you. However, As Lady Fu has explained, the appearance of Phantalia means that the situation is far from under our control. As General of the Law Fu, it would be foolish of me not to ask Don Hong and the rest of you for your strength at this critical moment.
Even if the crisis on the Law Fu had nothing to do with the Stellaron, I would be willing to help. But I can't speak for the other members of my crew. Explore, understand, establish, and connect. As the crew of the Express, that's the Trailblaze creed we follow. Still, when the journey gets tough, those words can feel far off. Fear, risk, enemies, and death are the obstacles we face in pursuit of the creed. That's why the nameless who are able to stay the course number few indeed. Whether our destination lies before us or behind us, the decision is ours to make. Here, as on the Express, every vote counts.
Don Hung?
Okay, I am playing him? Alright.
Thank you, Don Hong.
How am I still one of the nameless? I stand here at the mercy of others without true freedom to speak. But as a descendant of the Vidyadhara, I will fulfill my duty to the Law Fu.
Great! Everyone's just as heroic as when they arrived. So, what's the master plan, General?
There is no master plan, only a bet. A bet on the Senior Vidyadhara's incomplete exuviation charm. And on Dong Hong's ability to access the memories of the High Elder.
High Elder?
Here we go now.
When the Rainbow Arbiter severed the Ambrosial Arbor, remnants of the curse of the plague's author lingered. In order to make the stemming of those remnants a possibility, the Law Fu invoked the power of the Scions of Permanence. Under the direction of the High Elder, the Vidyadhara guided the waters of the ancient sea to flood the Scale Gorge waterscape delve and contain the Arbor. To commemorate this magnificent feat and sacrifice, the Alliance erected the Dragon Vista Rain Monument, a Vidyadhara statue.
Ah, it looks so much like Don Hong. I wonder if... the statue... is that... Don Hong's brother?
March. Bro.
I see why you might think so. These events occurred a long time ago. Yet successive generations of High Elders have not differed greatly in their appearance. That is, until the current generation. The most recent successor did not inherit the same level of power, and their appearance is that of a child. Do you understand, Don Hong? Since Dong Feng perished, the Law Fu Vidyadhara have no longer had an individual capable of performing such feats. But you, who once kept watch over the Arbor, should be able to open a way through to that great tree. What happens next is in your hands.
But like, I can't date him. It's unfair, bro. Like, I can't. That's so stupid. Talk to the others in the hall. Let me do that.
You scared the heck out of me! For a second I thought you'd annoyed the General. It seemed like you were his prisoner. There I was, thinking up a plan to kidnap you. And it turns out the two of you are old buddies. So, what made you suddenly decide to come down from the Express?
I was worried for your safety.
Aw, how sweet. But Mr. Yang and I have been holding our own. We're pretty much Xianzhou heroes at this point. Anyway, it's great to have you with us, Dan Heng.
Has coming here triggered your memory? Release your full potential. The power you carry is the key to opening a way through to the Ambrosial Arbor.
Imbibitor Lunay's reincarnation. Dong Hong, correct? I've heard your name before.
Why would the names of your badge be referenced?
Your name was only erased from the public eye. But as the Master Diviner, I know, and should know, all the records of years gone by. Such archives are of great importance in times of need. I was not born in the heroic and extraordinary era of the High Cloud Quintet. Your appearance closely matches the depiction in the annals. Does Vidyadhara reincarnation really entail a complete transformation? A new life?
I knew you'd come. When we first mentioned the Xianzhou, there was a sad look in your eyes. They may have banished you, but the Luofu is still your home. You're a member of the Express crew, Dan Heng. Let's settle this matter as soon as possible. Our journey doesn't end here.
You both become silent, bro. Is there something you'd like to ask? She's not gonna talk because it's me. Bro, I need to stop with the Genshin references. It's not okay. No more. Alright, achievement. Love achievements. Yeah, just saying. Looks like it. I think it is. Water.
The annals mention that Scale Gorge Waterscape was once the location of Dragon Palace. Small wonder. Look at all these submerged structures.
I was fortunate enough to be here during the Shuhu upheaval period. I witnessed this place in its prime. An age passed. The palace was left in ruins, and the Vidyadhara used their sacred homeland to imprison the Arbor. The Luofu and the Xianzhou are greatly indebted to them. Lady Fu.
Here, General.
Remain here. Lead the Cloud Knights in defense of this passage. We must prevent further incidents.
Jingyuan. General, are you planning to face Vantilia alone?
I wouldn't say so. I'll be counting on a few friends for support.
General, don't cast us aside. We're willing to go with you.
Yes, General. We may not be the mightiest force, but it's our duty as Cloud Knights to protect the Xianzhou. How can we let Outworlders face the danger while we stay behind the lines? With your permission, sir, allow me to lead the way.
I understand your sentiments, soldiers. But the adversary ahead of us is not an abomination of abundance. They are a Lord Ravager of the Antimatter Legion. Crossing this line will bring you into the conflict between the Rainbow Arbiter and the Ruin Author. You have a more important duty. Cloud Knights, attention! After I enter the Ambrosial Arbor, and if the seawater returns to its original state, you must withdraw immediately and seal off the delve once more. The Master Diviner will lead you.
Yes, General!
Lady Fu, if I am unable to return, I entrust you with the important task of relaying the full account to the other Xianzhou ships.
I trust you will be here to reissue the order in person. But whatever the outcome, I will do as you command and honor the mission.
Spoken like a true general.
These steps are so far apart. I gotta find a way down.
You scale-gorge waterscape to seal the arbor. Treason! Blasphemy! You've lost your senses. You think this will gain the trust of the Xianzhou natives. Those who are not of our kind can never be of our mind.
I understand your misgivings, but my decision is made. That is the course we must take.
This must be the first High Elder that accepted the mission to quell the Ambrosial Arbor. According to tradition, from then on, successive High Elders were obliged to return to the Dragon Vista Rain Hall. They would guide the tides of the ancient sea to guard and strengthen the Arbor's seal.
Do you remember now?
Yes. Reverence to the Three Talents, the path to the Great Roots. It's the way to the root depths.
Is that some kind of riddle? Reverence to the Three Talons. What the heck does that mean?
Don't worry about it. Just follow me.
Oh, what a huge palace. Completely abandoned. That must have been difficult for them. Imagine how upset you'd be if you had to abandon me.
For the Vidyadhara, it must have been a necessary.
That's enough, bro.
This is one of the places mentioned in the riddle. One of the Three Talents. If we can break the seal here, we'll be a step closer to the roots of the arbor.
Those seals, hey, check it out! The bases of these stone lanterns are different. Hey, check it out! The bases of these stone lanterns are different.
It worked.
General, did you hear about Miss Tingyun?
I received word from Lady Fu. The depth of Ventilia's infiltration, along with her meticulous planning, makes her extremely difficult to guard against. The Cloud Knights will carry out an investigation. But for now, our most pressing matter is to put a stop to Ventilia's scheme.
This seal was already on the verge of breaking before the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection.
Could the murals in our vicinity be related to the seals?
Okay, let's head to the third seal. The last of the three talons is here.
There are abominations up ahead.
In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters!
Time to change tactics. Lend me your strength.
Lance forward!
Lend me your strength. To guard and defend. Crush them. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Did you notice the flagstone the creature was stepping on? I wonder if it has any connection to the seal. Did you notice the flagstone the creature was stepping on? I wonder if it has any connection to the seal.
The reverence to the three talons is complete. Now, we must head for the roots of the arbor. The roots of the arbor are still growing.
It's Ventilia. We must hurry.
Is that a dragon?
We've reached the end. These are the roots of the ambrosial arbor, where the vestiges of abundance lie. Reverence to the three talons. The path to the great roots. This is it. Under the power of the High Elder, the arbor's roots have formed into the image of a dragon. Now, I will break the final seal.
Do it, Dad.
I hope everyone is prepared.
Yeah. powerful? Is that why? Is it because he's part of a story character, not an actual character? Fine, that's fair.
Oh. Has the General of the Lawfu chosen to grace me with his presence?
Ah, that witch! She was here waiting for us the whole time! Show yourself, Fantilia!
And the benefactors, too. Oh, patience, patience. Let me make myself presentable. Now I see why the disciples of Sanctus Medicus hold themselves in such high regard. The Arbor's traces really do possess the power of metamorphosis.
Fantilia! What?
Benefactors, behold this beautiful body. The miracles of abundance live up to the name. Let's see if I can put it to good use. The very power that brought the Xianzhou long life, I will use to bring it destruction.
Time for your prescription! More enemies. Time for a buzz. This combat needs... This is double speed.
I am the vanguard of the hunt.
Forgive my indulgence. For my next trick, I shall turn each of you into my Void Rangers. The power of the destruction will eat away at your flesh and transform you into pawns of the great Nanook. Let's start with this arrogant Xianzhou gem. I wonder if the transformation of the Xianzhou General into a Void Ranger would cast the Lawfu back into chaos. Destruction works in a fascinating way. What are you?
Do it!
Oh no. What happened to him? He okay? Broken.
Not bad, General of the Hunt. But all I lost was a body stolen on a whim. And you, how much longer can you last? The destruction of the Xianzhou is nigh.
Be gone, pawn of destruction. Tell the Legion that the vengeance of the Hunt will fall upon them.
Finally beat her. I'm so glad. So relieved.
General, are you... okay?
I'm still alive.
He shook his head. Nope. Not okay.
And it would seem the two of us can still coordinate our efforts. Fantilia, a truly fearsome enemy. If she hadn't attempted to turn me into a pawn of destruction, I'm afraid victory would have been far from certain. Fantilia had established a link between me and herself, Her well-timed strike gravely injured her. Thus, her connection to the Arbor was severed.
So it was all part of the plan? When Don Hung stabbed you, I was scared to death.
I'm sorry, guys. Drop my mic. Is Fantalia still alive?
It takes more than that to destroy an emanator of destruction. Still...
Fantilia won't be stirring up trouble anytime soon. Don't worry about her infecting the Arbor again. It's just that sealing the Stellaron is going to take some time.
Leave that to the Master Diviner. I'm afraid I may be somewhat spent.
General, keep those eyes open. Now's not the time to fall asleep. Hey, wake up!
Bro fainted.
It's getting late. Where to now?
We did it, guys. We did it. Oh. So that's it. We did it. We did it. Well, that was all. And defeating Fantilia, I wanted to cry so bad, you guys. Like, literally, it took me way too long to cry.
Looks good.
Goodness. Defeat her. We don't have to worry about another boss for a while, hopefully. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that long video. See you guys in the next one. Okay, you guys. Take care. Bye. Bye. And until the next installment. I'm sorry I'm so late